And what we caught on the Facebook page of the alleged drunk driver who is accused of killing two people in a drunk driving accident, this beer bottles on his Facebook page just hours before the crash. And you're going to want to look at your screen because I've never seen anything like this on a Friday evening. Check out how empty the I-15 is. And if you know, between Los Angeles and Las Vegas on a Friday, this is usually at a slow snail's pace. And there could have been a lot more damage than actually occurred. If the tree would have fallen that direction, it could have knocked out a power line. I told him a suspect was shot and killed inside of his mother's home. He told me he knew all about it because he heard the whole thing over the speakerphone. The Las Vegas Valley Water District tells me there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially on social media, so I'm going to break down exactly what went on in Laughlin. There was a monsoon that came in yesterday. The flood waters traveled right into the Colorado River, where Laughlin gets much of its drinking water. So I scooped some up today, and it's a little murky, not as bad as it was yesterday, but until it clears up, scientists will have to do their research and make sure it's perfectly clear. Until then, Laughlin residents have to boil their water or drink bottled water. Paula and Dave, here's where the 78-year-old husband spent his evening answering questions from police investigators. Turns out a year ago, I had some questions answered from him at his home where he allegedly shot and killed his wife today. It was a year and 2 days ago. We spoke with Art Maddox and his wife. He and most of the neighborhood was upset at the pedestrian bridge being constructed near their backyard.
We were told there would be nothing behind us, you know, the privacy, and the home values is.
He was angry then at an inanimate object. Neighbors say his anger is usually directed at his wife, and his wife's anger directed at him. Take this incident a couple of months ago,
where she was chasing him in the middle of the street with a cast iron frying pan, and the police were called.
He was running out actually, and he ran over to us to ask us to call the police for him because she was attacking him.
That wasn't the only time police responded to their acts of domestic violence, although Monday will be the last time.
The shooting, yes, I'm surprised that he actually shot her.
North Las Vegas police say the 78-year-old husband shot and killed his 70-year-old wife, and then he called police to come arrest him.
When we saw the police cars this afternoon, we thought it was another, domestic violence thing until I saw on my cell phone, the 8 News Now app said that there had been a shooting.
Police say there was an argument that led up to the shooting. Notice the black eye in Maddox's mugshot. It's not clear if the shooting was in self-defense or if it was another act of aggression. We spoke with guests who said they had to make a mad scramble outside of the hotel, out here onto the Las Vegas Strip, many of them leaving behind luggage in their rooms. We spoke to one guest who says his belongings were not returned. In fact, he says that the hotel is not taking responsibility for yesterday's fire.
Unbelievable. 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 There's a fire going on right outside my room.
Matthew Mills woke up to flames crackling outside his poolside suite Saturday.
It went black. All you saw was flames and black.
After shooting this video, he realized he needed to leave quickly.
It got like 30 degrees warmer in the room almost immediately as soon as the fire got right in front of my suite.
Video from other guests showed the packed stairwells where guests from the 14th and 15th floors evacuated. In an emailed statement to 8 News Now, the Cosmopolitan said in part, quote, "Guests were alerted to the situation by our team of safety professionals and proper evacuation procedures were used." Matthew says that's where their service ended.
And their exact words were, "This is not the hotel's fault and management could not foresee this type of thing happening."
Do you agree with that?
Absolutely not.
Oh my God, this is going on right outside my room.
He says one of the cabanas that caught fire was where he was laying out the day before, where he noticed cigarette burns on the cabana ceiling.
All of those balconies, people are dropping cigarettes, they're dropping all kinds of stuff, and guess where they're landing? Right on top of the flammable bin that we now know are flammable.
Clark County firefighters say that combustible furniture and plastic trees carried the flames. Several hours later, Matthew was escorted to his room to remove his luggage.
They brought me to the room only to find that they had already packed all of my stuff up, emptied my safe. There's a couple of belongings missing. I mean, they actually went in my personal stuff and packed all my bags. Very strange. I feel completely violated.
He was moved to another suite Saturday night, but the damage was already done.
Every time I drifted off to sleep, I woke up it felt like I was waking up in it again.
Hi, Paula. Yeah, the owners of this project owe George Knapp a lot because coincidentally 26 years to the week is when he unveiled Area 51 with that investigative story. Let me show you exactly where this hotel is planned to be built. I call it the home that Beef Jerky built because it's right behind Alien Fresh Jerky, and they broke ground right there this morning. In a speed trap far, far away. Not so much out of this world as it is out of our station's viewing area. An hour-and-a-half drive to Baker, California, or just a quick second with the warp drive. Welcome to the UFO Hotel, a real-looking alien spacecraft. Equipped with 31 rooms, sleeping pods, restaurant, and alien-shaped pool.
All right.
Luis Ramallo of Alien Fresh Jerky broke ground Tuesday. Luis, there's already a bunch of themed hotels on I-15 from here to Las Vegas. Do we need another one?
Yes, we need a real one. We need a hotel for all the sci-fi fans. There are millions of them.
Right now, nearly all of the 600 residents of Baker work in the fast food restaurants and gas stations. 80 jobs are expected to arrive with the UFO Hotel.
I think it's going to breathe new life into this town. You know, I think it's going to create a lot of jobs. We're going to get a lot more tourists.
Baker, California, home to the world's largest thermometer. And that's about it. We asked people filling up for gas on their way to Las Vegas if they would ever stay at a hotel in this town. They said no. What if it was alien themed?
You got to see the thermometer. You got to see a spacecraft hotel.
Well, if it's educational, I'd go for it. I would. I'd probably stay there.
And these folks aren't the target audience. Sci-fi fans are. So they're going to build a spaceship hotel. Would you ever stay at something like that?
Absolutely, yeah. Sure.
You can experience the invasion in about 18 months. No word yet if this guy is working as the bellhop. Conspiracy theorists, alien fans alike, they can donate to the cause. Go to 8newsnow.com and look for this story, UFO Hotel. Reporting live from Baker, California, on Earth, I'm Scott Daniels. As airplanes took off from the McCarran tarmac Monday, the airport connector remained shut down all day. Police originally said an out-of-control trucker was to blame for the vehicles scattered all over Sunset Road and the death of one person. Turns out the person we talked to and thought was a victim was actually at fault, according to police.
I don't really think that the impact of this has hit me yet, but I'm going to give my daughters a big hug when I get home.
Angela Bechet told us she was struck by a truck and survived. Her SUV flipped, rolled, and skidded about 150 yards. Her big toe was the only injured part of her body.
I was still upside down within seconds of my car coming to a stop. Someone was there, broke through the glass of one of the windows and came in and asked me if I was okay. Good Samaritans helped Bechet. A trucker did stop to watch and then drove away. After an hours-long manhunt for that truck, Metro said the big rig was not involved. The evidence against Bechet was becoming clear.
It's hard to refute when we have a Diet Pepsi can lodged in this front of this car and a whole case of Diet Pepsi in the back of this car.
Metro says when they originally interviewed Bechet, she did not admit guilt. After reviewing the tape of the crash, they discovered she was at fault. Scott Daniels, 8 News Now.